The Galactic Empire fleet moved through the silent star system with full confidence. Hundreds of warships flew in perfect formation. Their scanners showed nothing dangerous. No enemy fleets. No defenses. Just empty space near a small, quiet human control region. The alien commanders felt bored. Humans were known across the galaxy as weak and slow. They talked too much about peace. They avoided war. The Empire believed the system would fall without a fight. Then the sensors failed. At first, it was small, a short glitch. A single warning light blinked and went dark. Engineers checked their screens and saw nothing wrong. Space was calm again. Then space bent, not exploded, not shattered. It bent, like something heavy had pushed reality aside. A single ship appeared. It was already there. The human warship did not arrive with light or sound. It did not jump in or break space. 1 second, it did not exist. The next second, it was right in front of the Empire fleet. No alarms had warned them. The ship was dark gray, simple in shape. No bright lights. No visible weapons. No markings of power compared to the massive Empire ships. It looked small, almost harmless. Some alien officers laughed. "A scout," one commander said. "Or a mistake," another replied. The human warship sent no message, no threat, no greeting. It just stayed there. Empire scanners tried to lock on. They failed. Targeting systems returned errors. Distance could not be measured. Energy readings showed nothing at all, as if the ship was not real. The fleet commander felt something new. Fear. Orders were given to prepare weapons. The Empire had faced many enemies before. This was just one ship, one human ship. Still, the silence in the warship felt wrong. Deep inside the human vessel, systems awakened. The warship adjusted its position by a few meters. And in that small movement, the Galactic Empire unknowingly crossed a line that would become the biggest mistake in its history. The Galactic Empire did not wait. The fleet commander raised a clawed hand and gave a single order. Fire. Bright energy beams filled space. Hundreds of weapons locked onto the human warship. The Empire believed in strength through force, and force was something they had an endless supply. The shots reached the target. Then they vanished. No explosion. No impact. The energy simply disappeared, as if space had swallowed it. Screens across the fleet showed the same result. Every weapon strike failed. Confusion spread fast. Engineers checked power levels. Gunners recalibrated aim. The fleet fired again, stronger this time. Missiles followed, leaving long burning trails. They never reached the ship. Some slowed. Some bent away. Others froze in space, unmoving, like toys dropped in invisible hands. The human warship did not fire back. It drifted forward, slow and calm. No rush, no fear. Alien officers felt their confidence crack. This was not normal technology. This was not even war as they understood it. "Scan again," the commander ordered. The scanner screamed errors. Distance unknown. Mass unknown. Power unknown. The ship refused to be measured. Then the human warship acted. A single pulse spread outward. It was silent and colorless. It touched the nearest Empire cruiser. The cruiser did not explode. Its lights went out. Engines died. Weapons shut down. Life support flickered, but stayed on. The massive ship floated, powerless and blind. Panic hit the bridge. Reports flooded in. Another cruiser went dark. Then another. One by one, Empire ships lost control, frozen in space like statues. Still, no shots came from a human warship. The message was clear. It was not fighting. It was testing. As the fleet commander watched more ships fall silent, a terrible truth formed in his mind. This single human warship had not appeared by accident. It had come because the Empire had been allowed to see it. And whatever came next would not be a warning. Silence ruled the battlefield. More than a third of the Galactic Empire fleet drifted powerless in space. No engines, no weapons, no control. The remaining ships pulled back in fear, breaking their perfect formation for the first time in Empire history. The fleet commander stared at the human warship. It had not changed position. It had not chased them. It waited. That scared him more than any weapon. Empire scientists rushed data across the fleet. They searched old records, hidden archives, and forgotten reports. A pattern slowly appeared, one they had ignored for centuries. Humans avoided war, not because they were weak, because they prepared. Long ago, humanity had watched the galaxy tear itself apart. Empires rose and fell. Alliances betrayed each other. Humans chose a different path. They stayed quiet. They learned. They built weapons that would never be shown unless absolutely needed. The Empire never noticed. Now it was too late. A signal finally came from the human warship. It was short, calm, almost gentle. This encounter is being recorded. No threat, no anger, just fact. The commander felt cold. This was not a battle. This was a lesson. The Empire fleet tried to retreat. Jump drives powered up across the several ships. One by one, they failed. Space around the human warship twisted, locking the system in place. Escape was impossible. The human ship moved again, slowly passing near a disabled Empire cruiser. The smaller ship looked peaceful beside the massive alien vessel. Inside the Empire ship, alien soldiers waited for death. It never came. Instead, power returned just enough for life support. A choice had been made. The human warship was not here to destroy the fleet. It was here to decide who deserved to leave. As the commander realized this, a heavy truth settled in his mind. The Galactic Empire had spent centuries judging others as weak, and in one single moment, humanity had judged the Empire back. The warship turned toward the Empire flagship. This time, it did not stop. The human warship moved straight toward the Empire flagship. Alarms screamed across the flagship bridge. Officers shouted warnings. The fleet commander stood frozen, watching the small human ship grow larger on the main screen. This was supposed to be impossible. The flagship fired everything it had. Heavy cannons, focused beams, experimental weapons, each one powerful enough to break planets. Space burned with light as the attacks rushed toward the human warship. None of them worked. Some shots bent away at the last moment. Others slowed and faded like dying stars. A few simply vanished, erased from space itself. The human warship did not dodge. It did not need to. As it closed the distance, something changed. Space around the ship grew quiet. Too quiet. Even the noise of battle seemed to disappear. Then the ship released another pulse. This one was different. It passed through the flagship like a wave through water. No damage appeared on the hull. No fire. No explosion. But inside, everything stopped. Weapons shut down first. Then engines. Then shields. Power failed across the massive vessel. The pride of the Galactic Empire went dark in seconds. The fleet commander fell into his chair. Reports came in from every direction. More Empire ships were disabled. Some lost control completely. Others were gently pushed away, placed in safe orbits like broken tools set aside. The human warship moved among them calmly. It did not hunt. It did not chase. It ended resistance. Alien crews waited for death. It never arrived. Life support stayed on. Medical systems remained active. The message was clear. Humanity was not here to wipe them out. They were here to show how easily they could have. The warship stopped directly in front of the powerless flagship. For the first time in its long history, the Galactic Empire stood helpless. And it knew the war was already over. The Empire flagship floated in silence. Power was gone. Weapons were dead. Shields were nothing more than empty shells. On the bridge, alien leaders stood still, surrounded by dark screens and fading lights. The greatest symbol of their power had become a helpless shell. The human warship waited. Minutes passed, then longer. Finally, the Empire fleet commander ordered a message to be sent. It was weak, broken, and full of fear. "We surrender." The words felt unreal. The Galactic Empire had never surrendered to anyone. The human warship answered at once. No delay, no emotion. Surrender accepted. Do not resist. That was all. No threats. No demands. The Empire leaders looked at each other. This was worse than anger. Worse than violence. The humans spoke like judges, not warriors. One of the Empire elders asked the question no one wanted to say aloud. Why hide this power? The reply came calmly. Because showing power invites fear. Fear invites war. The answer cut deep. The Empire realized the truth. Humanity had never tried to rule the galaxy. They had only tried to survive it. And they had done so by preparing for enemies that never believed humans mattered. Now the galaxy was watching. Signals from distant systems were already spreading the news. A single human warship had stopped an Empire fleet without destroying it, without rage, without pride. The human ship began restoring limited power to the disabled vessels. Enough for life support, enough for communication, not enough to fight. The message was clear. This mercy was not kindness. It was control. The Empire fleet commander lowered his head. History would remember this moment forever, not as a great battle, but as the day the Empire learned the difference between strength and dominance. The human warship turned away from the flagship. Its mission was almost complete. One final choice remained for the Empire to make. The human warship moved silently away from the Empire fleet. Its engines made no sound. Its presence was calm, almost peaceful. The disabled ships drifted behind it, powered enough to survive, but not to fight. The Empire had been spared, but it had also been humbled. Every alien commander on the flagship understood the truth now. For centuries, they had judged humans as weak, backward, and harmless. They had thought Earth and its colonies could be ignored. They had been wrong. Signals spread across the galaxy faster than light. Every civilization with sensors saw what had happened. One human ship had stopped an entire fleet. No explosions, no destruction, just precision and judgment, fear mixed with awe. The Galactic Empire fleet, once proud and untouchable, now floated in silence. Officers whispered to each other. Some wept. Others simply stared at the dark screens, realizing the humans they had mocked were a force beyond imagination. The human warship paused on the edge of the system. A single transmission was sent. Underestimate humanity at your own risk. Peace is offered, but strength is always ready. No one laughed. No one mocked. Only silence remained. Then the warship jumped away, leaving behind a lesson the galaxy would never forget. Stories spread from star to star. Legends began to form. Humanity was no longer seen as weak. It was seen as inevitable. The Empire rebuilt its fleet, slowly, carefully, but no one ever looked at humans the same way again. Fear and respect mingled in every mind. And somewhere on the bridge of the human warship, a calm crew watched the galaxy in silence. They did not celebrate. They did not boast. Humanity had shown power, but also restraint. That was the true strength. For the first time, the Galactic Empire understood that underestimating humanity was not a mistake they could survive. The galaxy had learned its lesson.